How's it going, Forex traders? This is yours truly, Dapo Willis. So today, guys, I wanted to have a heart-to-heart conversation with you guys. The truth is, been many years in this Forex game. This is going to be my 13th year in the Forex industry. And I know for a fact, people are still going through it, like, a lot of struggles and all that. And I'm sat on the golf course today and I was just reflecting on my life. I was reflecting on my life, but most importantly, I was reflecting on my Forex journey, And, I thought to open up my camera and share some heart-to-heart, truths with you guys, some heart-to-heart revelations, Right now in the Forex industry, I'm considered one of the most successful traders out there. Dapo Willis represent, like I'm a symbol of success in the industry, So trust me, if there's anybody you want to hear from, it's me. This video, no fancy edits. I told my team, don't edit this shit. I don't want no B-rolls. I don't want no graphics everywhere, and stuff like that. I want to talk to the Forex world, and tell them exactly how it is. But before I jump into the video and obviously start talking all about that, I just wanted to quickly tell you guys where I am. Like I said, I'm on the golf course. I am at the Trump golf course in Dubai. This is one of the most prestigious and exclusive places to be in life. If you make money, this is where you want to come play golf, because everybody that comes out here has got bread. They don't have bread, they own a bakery. There's levels to this shit. So, it's a very premium club. And I'm honored to be here, as always. Just wanted to quickly show you guys around. Okay, let me show you guys some quick B-rolls. It's really nice. Most people who don't really appreciate golf who don't really care much about golf might not really appreciate this place. But trust me, when you start making a certain kind of money, you're gonna like this stuff. Anyways, back to me, guys, back to me. So it's 2 o'clock, I'm here. I'm chilling. And like I said, I thought to do you guys a very, simple but heart-to-heart conversation with you guys. Like I said, people are still going through it in the Forex industry. And, I just sat here and I was thinking about, like I said, I was reflecting on, my Forex journey. And one particular phase in my Forex journey just stood out. It was when I hit my first $1 million in the Forex market. First $1 million in the Forex market, I was happy, I was excited. And if I didn't even believe it, like I kept on going back to my trading account to check, like, is this really real? Is this my money? Is this me? But I'm not here to brag about that. I've gone on to make well over that. Last year I made $95 million in a year, so $1 million is not a lot of money for me. But at that time, it was everything. And to you guys, $1 million, they give you $1 million now. That bread, it change your life. Guys, subscribe to the channel, please. Let's just sit down where you are, grab water. Me, I only have water, and you understand, they're going to bring my lasagna with some calamaris and some, what do they call that thing again? Caviar. You know what I'm saying? So rich niggas only. Smash the subscribe button. Let's gist, guys. Let's catch up. So, but that $1 million did not come into that account overnight. There was a process, and I just want to quickly share this journey with you guys so that hopefully you can use this journey to relate to where you are, in case you are at any, because a lot of people right now, they don't know if they should continue trading Forex. They don't know if they should stop, if they should give up, The market has dealt with them. I was there. I was once in your position. So if there's anybody you should be listening to, is me, Dapo Willis. Anyways, let's go back a couple of years ago. Like I said, I'm 31 now, but my first $1 million, I made it, I think I was 23, 24. So yes, you can make it in the Forex industry while you're young, very doable. And you can still make it but when you're 35, don't be discouraged. But mine came pretty early because I started trading Forex very early. I was 17. Most of you know my story. I went online. I was looking for a way to make money online. I'm from West Africa, predominantly Nigeria to be precise. And where I come from, the only thing everybody, society and everybody at large respects is money. How much money do you have? Even your parents talk to you differently when you got no money. Your mother's love for you is very different. If you don't have money, they might not love you. there is a possibility that as a Nigerian or somebody from West Africa, if you don't have money, there's a possibility that your mother might not love you. Trust me. So if money is such a significant thing, you know, where I come from, we had no choice. We just had to make the bread, you know. And a lot of you watching this video are probably reside from West Africa. Some people are from the US, you know, South Africa, Uganda, Africa at large. Shout out to all the South Africans out there. East African people, love you guys. West African people. I got a lot of followers from the UK and America as well. Shout out to everybody. But just where I come from, the story is a bit different, man. Money is so peak, it's so deep. So, you know, I got into Forex trading and I said to myself, I need to get rich or die trying. You know, I got to get rich or die trying. So got into the game. I bought every single course that I could lay my hands on, you know, and then at the time, what was really popping were indicators. You know, people were selling indicators for $2, $3, $4, $5, $6, $7, $10,000. It was wild back then, man. It was absolutely wild, man. And I had no choice. I didn't have much, you know, but I invested in my education. I invested in the indicators and nothing was really yielding fruit. So I can tell you for free that the first 2 years, so I was 17 when I started trading, first 2 to 3 years, you know, it was upside down. And in hindsight now, I can understand why it was such a treacherous journey. Ladies and gentlemen, what you don't know, you don't know. A lot of things simply come with experience, you know, and it took me the better part of 2.5 to 3 years. Don't worry, I'll be recommending a way for you guys whereby it doesn't need to take you 3 years. Like me, I'll show you a way to compress that time so that it doesn't take that long. But for me, being honest with you, it took me 2.5, 3 years. Why? I didn't have access to good education. Everybody was just trying to rip me off. Everybody was trying to scam me. You know how the game goes. It's a crazy game, bro. Join my Signal group. Join that group. And if I to join groups now are free. Back then, to join groups, you had to have $5,000 cash. Some Malaysian boys at the time that you had to pay them $5,000. You had to have $10,000 in your brokerage account that they recommend, and they will send you signals that will blow your whole account. You know, so for me it was wild. So I had to go through all that process, and a lot of you are probably in that process right now. It's fine. Got to keep going. See, I'll tell you guys for free, Forex trading is one of the most rewarding industries you can be in. Okay? Anybody you see that is successful today started failing. They started by failing. The only way to succeed is to stick with one. The problem a lot of people have is they can't stick with one thing for a long period of time. I get it. It is not easy. But the people that succeed today, they stuck with that thing till the very end. I was watching Pastor Selman, Apostle Selman is a preacher. He said, your destiny, you need force some. See your destiny, you need to force it. Destiny is not something that, my destiny is in my hands, or what God has ordained will happen. Is what God has ordained for you might not happen. Let me just tell you, what God has ordained for you, if you are not careful, it might not happen. So you need to grab it. Grab it with everything you have, you know. So I was looking at life, I'm like, God has ordained me to be a rich man, but he's not going to bring manna down from the sky. Anyway, long story short, guys, I stuck with Forex. I think that's the greatest lesson for today. I cried, I was sad, I was in school at the time. There were ups, there were downs, there were good times, there were winning trades, there were losing trades. More losers than winners, you know. And just when you think you found the perfect strategy, before you know what's happening, kalas, everywhere scatter. Account blown, you have to start again. Sorry guys, it's a bit humid in Dubai. Starting to get hot. It's a bit humid in Dubai. Just when you think you found that strategy, everywhere turn upside down quick. But you know what's happening, you're bleeding, and all it takes is for you to hit 2 to 3 losing trades in a row, that account is going down. You know, but for me, what was that moment that everything turned around? It was simple. I had put in so much time looking at the charts that I started to realize certain reoccurring patterns in the market. The first pattern I was able to establish in the market was 50 fib pullback. There's a pullback in the market called the 50 fib pullback. So I started to take note of the market, and I realized that, look, every time this market goes up and it comes down and it wants to continue going higher, I noticed that the market always pulls back into the 50 fib region. I'm like, okay. By this time, I was tired of using indicators. I'm tired of using all that rubbish, and and I started to realize that the 50 fib was the way to go. So I just started trading the 50 fib a lot more. But I started to realize that sometimes the market will come into my 50 fib and break it. And I started to realize something, that, listen, I needed to be using the 50 fib pullback in the proper direction. And that's when I discovered what they call the top-down analysis. And the top-down analysis that was pretty much the game changer for me, guys. I won't lie to you. Like, once I discovered the top-down analysis, it didn't take me 8 months, my life changed. 6 months, 8 months. Like 3 years of struggle, my life turned around in 6 months. What did I discover? I discovered the ability to analyze the Forex market from multiple time frames. So what does the top-down analysis mean? Simple. Most of you know, but I'll take it again. The reason I keep talking about it is that it absolutely changed my life. So I'll keep telling you guys about it. If you're serious about it, if you don't want, leave it, go. But I'm Dapo Willis. I made $95 million last year. If you Google my name, richest Forex trader in the world, this is what, not in the world, in Africa, soon to be in the world by special grace of God. This is what changed my life, that I listen. I started to notice that, look, anytime I did my analysis on 1 hour, sometimes it will work, sometimes it will not work. Anytime I did my analysis on 4 hours, sometimes I started to realize that, look, if I can do my analysis in such a way whereby all the time frames are in unison of a particular direction. What do I mean by this? I think right now, I remember right now we're going through a reversal, but at the time, I think the Euro USD was falling. This was in 2014, 2015. Euro USD was dropping, AUD USD was dropping. So I was able to understand something. I saw that the monthly, weekly, daily, and 4 hour were all flowing in the same direction. And every time I traded that Fibonacci pullback in the direction in which all the other time frames were telling me to trade it, my trades were just working out. I was like, wow, my Fibonacci pullback became more accurate. And that's how I discovered the top-down analysis, guys. I started to realize that, and then after that, I started to realize that when I was doing my analysis and I'll compare it with, the analysis of the big banks, JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, all those people, I started to realize that, my analysis was the same as theirs. Guys, once you get to a point in your Forex trading journey, and this is where success is close. When you are doing your analysis and you are in line with what the big banks are trading, yes, that's when things are working out. So I remember once I got the confidence from the top-down analysis and everything, I was equipped with everything I needed, to now go and start, fetching for investors. Once again, guys, if you want to learn more about the top-down analysis, luckily for you guys, I've put it together in a course called the Forex Mastery Program. The link is in the description down below. Ensure to grab yourself the Forex Mastery Program. It will change your life. What took me 3 years to crack the code, Forex Mastery Program, in 6 weeks, you'll be as good as me. And obviously, 13 years worth of experience in the program, in 6 weeks, you're like Dapo Willis. I'll put the link around here somewhere or in the description. Ensure to grab it. So that was the first aspect of things, getting my education right. I understood, but the difference is I had to learn. I was failing, but failing forward. So I was learning, I was spending money, I was blowing accounts to learn. But once I got to a point whereby I started to realize that, look, at the end of the day, my analysis is matching up with that of the big banks and, most of the traders that I respected. I was like, wow, and then I put some small money into the account again, and, every trade I was touching was turning to gold. That's when shit started to get really interesting. Now you're flexing. Now I used to put, that time Instagram wasn't that famous. It's Facebook. I used to post on Facebook. You know, even my uncle, my mom's brother in Nigeria called me and said, "Oh, Dapo, that oil analysis you did, you said oil prices were gonna drop, man. Bro, this shit dropped." I'm like, "Yeah, bro. I did one S&P 500 analysis. I sent it to him. He was like, then I discovered something called the Willis zone. So the Willis zone is pretty much a confluence zone whereby trend line, support, and Fibonacci come and they come together. Because, I mean, the premise of it was, if three major technical tools can come together at a particular point and form a demand area, chances that I'm not the only one seeing it, right? The big banks are seeing it. The boys with high volume are seeing it. I started to trade more in the Willis zone, and I became right 9 out of 10 times. Once again, I teach the Willis zone on the Forex Mastery Program. The link is in the description down below. Get it? I was like, yo. And you know what travels fast, man? What travels fast? My uncle started telling everybody, people started calling me like, "Oh, my Dabs, what's this Forex thing about?" Like uncles that didn't really give a shit about me. Well, you know what's happening? Hold on, guys. Let me drink water. This place is hot, man. Uncles that didn't give a shit about me started to call me. "Oh, I hear that you are trading the financial markets. You're a financial guru." And you see, once uncles start to hear that you're a profitable trader, your life is made, because uncles have the money. Uncles have the money, you know. Okay, Dapo, so if then I started hearing questions like, "Okay, Dapo, if I give you $10,000 now, what can you do with it?" The power of being an educated Forex trader, the power of being a profitable Forex trader. Forget about everything else. Become profitable. Become what? Profitable. I keep telling people there's money everywhere. Anyways, fast forward everything. Because of how skilled I had become in the Forex market, thanks to the Forex Mastery Program and the top-down analysis, I became extremely confident. I remember I was in university at the time. A certain billionaire had come for his niece's graduation. Most of you who follow me on social media have heard the story before, but I'm not going to get into the details. But he came, and you see, when you know your stuff, there's nothing anybody can tell you, man. Forget it. When you know your onions, so the billionaire came out of the chapel, you know, and, you know, I approached the guy. I asked him, I approached him. I was like, "Excuse me, sir. My name is Dapo Willis. You're so and so. I'm a huge fan of you. I watch you on Bloomberg all the time." He's an African billionaire, actually. Still is. You know, I just introduced myself and everything, and I hit him with a very, very pregnant statement. I said, "Well, according to my forecast at the time, this was before oil prices crashed. I said, oil prices are going to drop, and they're going to drop to $28 a barrel. And I know that your net worth is directly correlated with, the Nigerian stock market, which obviously Nigerian stock market is pretty much dependent on oil prices. If oil goes down, the Nigerian stock market goes down, the oil goes up, So I told him, I said, look, it's time for you to diversify, all of that." So I spoke to him, and I had my charts to back it up. He didn't believe me at the time, but 3-4 months later, oil prices did crash. They hit $25 a barrel. I predicted it would drop to 28. Oil prices were trading at 79 at the time, about $80 a barrel. It dropped from 80 to 28, and then to 25. Naturally, they picked up they had to call me, and they flew me out and blah, 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 blah. And that was how I was able to seal my first major investor. And that takes me to my next point. In the Forex market, you need money to make money. I'm sorry, but if you want to make a huge amount of money, you need money to make money. And luckily for you guys, there are things like prop firms now. Although prop firms we all know prop firms can be a bit tricky from time to time. Some prop firms don't really place your trades on the live market. I know. I know. I mean, I've been 13, 14 years in this game. I know how the game goes. I was fortunate to be, a founder of one of the biggest prop firms out there right now. So I know exactly how prop firms behave. I think that's part of the reason why I even decided to found a prop firm, which I have now built to a point whereby we've brought in European investors. Like, it's bigger than me now. It's huge. It's one of the biggest in the world now. WFUNDED is huge. So, but in as much as prop firms do what they do, prop firms are still one of the easiest and fastest way to becoming rich in the Forex market, because all you need is a reliable prop firm and a reliable trading strategy. That's all you need. How much are 100K accounts from a prop firm, really and truly? $400, $300. If you have a reliable trading strategy, which I've just given you guys, top-down analysis for Forex Mastery Program, you click the link in the description, you can get it. You need a reliable trading strategy, and you need a reliable prop firm, and that's pretty much all you need. So, ladies and gentlemen, I don't really want to talk too much about myself, in this video, but about you guys, because you guys are the ones struggling. I made all the money. But yeah, I got my first investor. I took his account from, the first amount of money they had invested in me was 1.5 million euros, I think. It's a lot of money, but I was confident enough to take on that bread. Why? I had the top-down analysis. I had everything I needed. Forex Mastery Program was in my head. I could analyze on multiple time frames. I was right 9 out of 10 times. And I was able to take his account from 1.5 million euros, I think at the time, to about 3.5 million euros. So the profit I made on 1.5 million euros was about 2 million pounds. 2 million, no, 2 million pounds is more than euros. So the account it was a euro balance, because at the time the broker I was using, for some strange reason, when I was creating the account, stupid ass account manager, Congo open euro account. I said, make it pounds. Say no, euro is better. Anyways, so I'd made about 2 million euros in the span of 4 months. Yeah, it was crazy. And when you take 1.5 million euros to 3.5 million euros, 2 million euros was the profit. My contract agreement with my investor at the time, who is a billionaire, still is, still my big uncle, still love him till tomorrow. If I call him right now, he'll pick up the phone. My profit out of the 2 million euros was 1 million euros, ladies and gentlemen, at 23. Yeah, I was 23. I'd not hit 24 yet, because I graduated from university at 24. So 23, I'd made my first 1 million US dollars. So 1 million euros is about $1.1 million. So yeah, that's exactly how I did it. How was I able to achieve it? 3 things. Number 1, which we skipped, I didn't give up, persevered, kept on going. There will be challenges, but eventually you'll be chilling on a golf course with billionaires if you don't give up. Persevered. 2, I got rid of all those rubbish indicators, all of that. I didn't need all that nonsense, man. Nonsense. Indicators, signal groups. They don't teach you anything. Don't learn anything from them. Rubbish. Oh my God, I just cut my hair, so they dyed my beard. I hope it's not too obvious. I beg, well, guys, we dey run am now. You go dye your beard, make it black. So didn't give up. Got rid of all the bloody indicators, left the signal groups. I wanted to understand, why does Euro USD move like this? Why does AUD USD move like this? When you start to ask yourself those kind of questions, that's when you're on the right path to success, not the one that you're waiting in a signal group for buy and sell to come. You don't need all that, man. It's going to destroy you. You will never learn anything. I left all those places, started to understand, why does the market move? And that is exactly how I discovered my edge. And last but not the least, once you discover your edge in the Forex market, you become a lot more confident. Once you know your onions, you become more confident. And one thing about confidence is, confidence oozes from you. I don't know if you guys have ever seen me in real life. If I walk in somewhere, you know that this nigga's got bread. You can tell. I don't need to wear Gucci or anything. Like when I walk inside, because I got a lot of money sitting in my bank account. Same way, if you're a Forex trader and you're confident in your trading, when you talk to an investor, they know this guy knows his onions, okay? You're not over-promising. Any Forex trader who comes to an investor that is always saying, I can give you X amount of money within a short period of time, investors always know that, nah, this guy, no, this guy is going to, my money is not safe with this guy. You know, so when I met the billionaire, I was relaxed, you know, and I'm confident, and I explained to him that this was going to happen. And because I got in my strategy right, what I predicted in the market happened. Guys, getting your strategy right is so crucial. In fact, nothing else matters if your strategy is not on point. Okay? Your strategy needs to be on point. You know, and last but not the least, I was able to get funding, which is very important. Ladies and gentlemen, WFUNDED, as we speak, as I'm doing this video, is running a sales campaign for 50% off on the accounts. The link to WFUNDED is going to be in the description and down below. Ensure to take advantage of this. Get your Forex Mastery Program and get the WFUNDED funded account. You have strategy and you have funds equals success. That's all it takes in the Forex market. Okay? You haven't given up. The reason you're watching this video is because you didn't give up, right? So you've already done 50% of the equation. The remaining 50% is strategy and funding. And I'm just giving you guys that on the platter of gold. If you don't want to buy the Forex Mastery Program, it's just $99. You're doing yourself a great injustice. But I suggest you do. And once you do that, get yourself a funded account. And I'm looking forward to seeing you guys on the golf course. I didn't really want to go into detail as to, you know, how many Lamborghinis I have now and all that. I feel like all of that is a distraction. I just wanted to sit down and just tell you guys realistically, is strategy and funding. That's the secret. A good strategy, good funding, good strategy, good prop firm, you're good to go. Strategy, Forex Mastery Program, the link is in the description. Best funding program out there, WFUNDED, the best prop firm. I can vouch for it because I was part of the founding members and I know how much money WFUNDED has on their books. They will pay you. Trade properly with the Forex Mastery Program, top-down analysis approach, they will pay you. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, hope I was able to shed some light on this. Now I need to eat, I have my food. What is this shorty with my... I'm starving, bro. Guys, I'm going to leave you guys. Don't forget to smash the subscribe button, guys. I love you very much. And I'll catch you guys in my subsequent videos. Right now, we're en route to 1 million subscribers. So you're going to see a lot more educational videos from Dapo Willis. I'm also going to be here to help you guys, guide you guys, help you get to that point. We're going to do a lot more educational videos. And don't forget to subscribe to Keeping Up with Daps as well. It's my lifestyle channel. Actually, forget about that. Let's focus on your trading. Leave lifestyle for now. You need money. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, smash that subscribe button. Both links are down below. Strategy and funding equals what? Success. Take it easy, guys, and peace out. Bye, guys. Love you.